Okay, so it's I gave a class to a group of Israelis before. It was actually pretty deep, and in a way I want to go deeper. I don't want to say the same thing, obviously, because Torah never repeats itself. So but I want to say that it's going to be a little bit rated R, rated rabbi, we say like that, in the sense that whatever, it's going to touch things that might appear weird at the beginning when you're not used to hear those things. We're going to speak about male-female power, because really everything that we teach in the Torah really reconnects to Adam and Eve. And Adam and Eve represents the male and female power in the world. And in a way, Chanukah is the celebration of that fixing of the first relationship that didn't work out so well at the beginning. So we're going to see that. So we have two forces that exist in the universe, in the sense that obviously there's only just one God, but God created two powers, right? The male power and the female power, which means the power to give and the power to receive. You can have a man who is more female power, and you have a woman who is more male power. So we're not being specific that saying men are like that or women are like that. We're speaking about two forces, giving and receiving. But those two forces also correspond to spiritual and physical. Usually the male is represented as spiritual, and the female is, and the physical is represented as physical. However, the trick, the idea, the challenge is to understand that one is not really greater than the other. They both need each other. And the key is to be able to see the beauty in each one, and that they both need each other. And that's what happened with Adam and Eve, where Adam, somehow felt he maybe didn't need Eve. At least he didn't pay so much attention to her, because she ended up alone with a snake. What is a woman doing alone with a snake? Can you tell me? That's not normal, right? And same thing, Eve was not so interested in Adam at that point. And therefore there was a lack of understanding of the true role that each one played and how they were supposed to work with each other. So what does it have to do with Chanukah? What is it teaching us? What we're trying to learn? We have to understand that Chanukah is not just a holiday that happens in the past. Chanukah is a lesson, a power, an energy that we can tap into all the time. But this here now, the time of Chanukah, that's where we can access it the most, right? As Jews, we don't commemorate. We reconnect to something that already exists and try to bring it to stretch it, to bring it to the higher, to the next level. So, so we have the Jews and the Greeks, which we're going to describe as the Jews and the non-Jews for now, in general, to be more general. What did the Greeks want? Yavan, what was their thing? Right. Interestingly, the Greeks were all about physicality, the beauty of the body. They were all about female power, the external, appreciating this work for what it is and saying we don't need anything that has to do, we don't want anything to do that has to do with the male power. We don't need male power. We are self-sufficient, which means we don't. Which the male power again also is the Torah. Torah is light. We don't need that light. We don't need that spirituality. We have everything. And if you take the menorah has 7 branches, right? Not the Chanukah menorah, but the regular menorah of the temple. And the menorah have 7 branches because it corresponds to the 7 parts, right? You have the 10 sfirot, the 10 powers, and you have the 7 that correspond to the human body. And the way, so the 7 in the human body correspond to the lower part, right? The body is more the physical and the more female, and the head is the more male part, the male power. A man is like a menorah. So here you have the 10 sfirot with going out of the sfirot, the different branches. A man is a type of menorah. However, what happens is that the Greeks were saying, we don't want, right? So focusing on the bottom part, the seven part, the Greeks say we don't want the male power, we don't want the yesod. We want to get rid of the yesod, of the male power, and therefore we just need malchut, chesed, gvura, tiferet, netzach, hod, and malchut. And this is why the Greeks were against circumcision, against bris milah, because what's the orla? The orla is covering the male power, so to speak, the symbol of the male power to give light, right? The part that gives light. So why were they doing that? They were not doing that just like out of, well, on the external, I don't know if they were so conscious about it, but they were saying, we don't want any male. Even the male is covered. We don't need any male. Even the male has to be female, right? We want only female energy in this world. All about the beauty, the beauty of and again, I'm not saying female power is negative. We need to understand the big picture. But we're speaking about taking the female and disconnecting from the male, which makes it negative, and something male disconnect from a female. So here we have the disconnection from the yesod, from the male power. It's covering it, hiding it, and I want to read you what the Jews used to do at the time of Greece. They used to do something that is called epispasm. Epispasm is to regrow the foreskin of the sexual organ of the man. So the reason they were doing that is like that, because they shared the common Greek and Roman revulsion towards circumcision, even if they did not, however, sorry, is it there? Right. Even if they did not, however, societal institutions and attitudes exerted strong pressure against remaining circumcised. Jews of means naturally wanted to participate in gymnasium and bath. Not only were these a chief means of recreation, they also functioned as hubs of business. If Jews exercised or bathed while circumcised, they offended their Gentile neighbors and submitted themselves to incredulous ridicule. If they did not attend, everyone knew why and talked about it. Either way, their business would suffer. So therefore, this was encouraged. And so look what so Wikipedia says. By the period of the Maccabees, many Jewish men attempted to hide their circumcisions, through the process of epispasm due to the circumstances of the period. Intact genitals, including the foreskin, were considered a sign of beauty, civility, and masculinity throughout the Greco-Roman world, which means that, you know, what's a real man is a man who is female. that was, they switched it. And we know that there was a lot of, you know, homosexuality and all that, and at the time this made it even shows us a bit the problem of today too. And it was custom to spend an hour a day or so exercising nude in a gymnasium and in Roman baths. Many Jewish men did not want to be seen in public deprived of their foreskins, where matters of business and politics were discussed, right? So so we see that we have a whole thing here connected to that, to the male and female power, that a battle between the male and the female almost. So to put things a bit more in perspective, we understand that this battle was also the battle of Yosef and the brothers. Yosef represented the male, the male power, Moshiach ben Yosef, which is Yosef. He represented the Torah. He's the son of Yaakov. That's why Yaakov loved him so much, because he resembled him. Yoshev Ohalim. He represented the, you know, the Haredi Jew of today, so to speak, right? And the Yehuda and the brothers represented the more physical, emotional, and female power, which takes care more of, you know, what needs to be taken care of in the physical world. The house, the food, they're the one who were working hard with the sheep and all that. And Yosef was learning with his father. And what happened, Yosef was saying, you know, the Torah is the ultimate. The Torah is the light of the Torah. The spiritual is the most important thing. And you have to follow me. You have to understand, you have to bow down to me, from his dreams, right? And the brother said, whoa, you're crazy. You think you can be in Kollel without me supporting you? Right? So what's happening is that they say the way you want to bring Moshiach, the way you want to fix the world, is not going to work, Yosef, if you think that you are greater than us and we have to just follow you like that. That's not how it's supposed to work. I'm Yehuda, Moshiach is supposed to come from me. All the parshas that we read now, Vayeshev, Miketz, Vaigash, are all connected to that. The whole story of Yosef and the brothers is connecting to Chanukah and fixing, you know, the problem between the Jewish people. It's fixing the fight of Yaakov and Esav. Hakol kol Yaakov, they Esav. One is the spiritual, one is the physical. And by the way, for those who never heard that, the males are the Ashkenaz and the female are the Sephardim. And that's why there's so much hatred or disrespect from the Ashkenaz towards the Sephardim, because that's what happened with Yosef and the brothers, and that's what happened with Adam and Eve. That's why the Sephardim are much more colorful. They're much more spicy food. It's much more connected to the earth directly. The music, the whole thing. You know, you take off your shoes when you go inside the house. Ashkenaz, you just, who cares about the physical? It's just go. It's so much so that you might disregard the physical. You dress your Rosh Hashiva, or you call a man, but you look all dirty on you. Yeah, who cares? It's just the spiritual that counts. So we see that here we have those two things. So what's happened is that the branches of sorry, because it's a lot of things together. I try to put it together in a way that makes sense. So what did the brothers do? They got rid of Yosef, right? they got rid of the male. Same thing that the Greeks did. They made, in a way, they were the good part of the Greek thing, so to speak, but they also misunderstood what Yosef was trying to say. So what we are saying is that where it all started, Adam had a lack of understanding of the greatness of Eve. He had a lack of understanding of the true beauty of Eve, and she ended up alone. She ended up not wanting him. You don't appreciate me for who I am. I don't want you. I get rid of you, Adam. I get rid of you, Yosef. I get rid of you, the Jews, the Bris Milah. And our whole challenge is to learn. Our whole challenge is for us to learn that the spiritual needs to understand that it needs the physical, that the spiritual needs to understand that without the physical, meaning the six needs to understand that the seven represent the spiritual, right? You have 6 days of the weeks. 6 is the 6 directions, is the 6 branches of the menorah, is the physical, the 6 midot. It needs to understand that it needs the 7th, it needs the spiritual in order to be a full menorah and to bring light from it. The body without the soul without the body cannot get Olam Haba. The body without the soul cannot get Olam Haba. Olam Haba is number 8, is the Organuz, is the 8th millennium. We are going to be in a world of 6,000 years. Again, number 6, all the numbers correspond. 6,000 years, 6 directions. Yosef is Yesod, is the 6th sphere of the bottom spheres. We have to learn to go into the physical and bring spirituality in the physical. The 7th, the spirituality, needs to impregnate, so to speak, the physical in order and bring a baby, which is number 8. So as is to say, you have 6, which is the male, 7, which is the female, and then bringing a child, which is 8, which is Olam Haba. So we see that this happens everywhere. Again, Yosef was speaking Parashat Vayishev as Dibas Amra. He was not understanding the greatness of his brothers. Adam was not understanding the greatness of Chava. When he recognized the greatness of Chava, what did he say? I'm going to call her Chava. Why? Because she's the mother of all, of everything. From her can come something new. From the man can nothing come something new without the woman, right? She's the one who can carry the seed, the energy, the Torah, and bring life to it. She represents the reality of this world. So, and the same thing with body and soul. The soul needs to appreciate the body. If you start rejecting the physical world and you start rejecting the beauty that exists in it and the goodness in it, you are misusing the physical world. You're not understanding why you are here for. So you need to appreciate the physical, love the physical, become one with it, and together bring something out. Same thing, the physical should be careful. The body has to make sure that it allows the soul to live in. The body allowing the soul to take direction is the brothers allowing Yosef to take direction. Is the Greeks allowing the Jews to bring the Torah and understanding that all the sciences that comes into the world, all the 6 major sciences that are in the world come from the Torah. The 6 branches come from the middle. The center is the Torah one. All the 6 here, it's 8 because it's Chanukah, but really it's 7 in the Beis Hamikdash. So all the sciences come from the middle branch. And what do? They are here to bring, right? The light is supposed to show towards the middle, because it's showing that it's here to bring even more light to the Torah light, to make it even more beautiful than before. My soul can be greater than before if it goes through a body, because with the body it's going to give birth to something greater than my own spirituality now. So in a way, so by the way, from Shmini Atzeret till Chanukah, there's an exact, between the day after Shmini Atzeret, you start counting day 1 until the day just before Chanukah is exactly 60 days. Because basically on Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Shmini Atzeret, you're celebrating the light, you're celebrating the male power, the potential. You make your goals, what I can do, who I can be, how I'm going to change the world. When Shmini Atzeret is over, Simchat Torah is over, and how you do that? With the Torah. That's the power, the male power. That's what the man who learns Torah, the woman doesn't have that mitzvah. Because she is already Torah. She's already, that's not her function. Her function is to bring reality to Torah, not to spread Torah, but to bring reality to it. So on Simchat Torah, when we celebrate, it's a male celebration. It's more the men dancing. Although I'm very pro the women dancing too, but that's another discussion. Because the woman should dance for allowing the men to be able to become men in the world. Anyway, so what's happening? We are led into the world after Simchat Torah, and we have 60 days, which correspond to the number 6, correspond to the 6th branch, which corresponds to the physical, where the man now goes into the male power goes into the physical world, and now he has to plant seed. He has to see how he can use the Torah to produce. Am I going to marry the female? Am I going to be part of this world and make this world become pregnant? And that's why all those the 60 days, but that's why we are coming now at the darkest point of the whole year, right? December 21st, the deepest always happens during Chanukah. We are the darkest, where everything looks so physical, where everything looks so dark, everything looks, right? There were no holiday during those 60 days. Everything is me, raw, and the world. And Sukkot was a training for that. You go outside, right? It was a training to be ready, not to be scared, that you can fight the world, right? To shake your lulav in the 6 directions. So we go in the physical world, and we try to do our goals. On Chanukah, we come and we try to we look what it is that I accomplished. What it is that I was able to bring out into the world, thanks to the Torah, thanks to the holiness, and was I able to plan without losing myself? If I lose myself, I'm losing my male part, meaning I'm losing myself, becoming just female. Then I'm losing my connection to the root, to the source, Mekor HaBracha. And I become Greek. I get lost into this physical world, and I don't accomplish anything else than being a Hellenist, to appreciate, enjoying this world, becoming a Greek. This moment of Chanukah is the darkest moment of the year. Is the moment where it's the most physical, where everything looks dead. In the winter, when it's the coldest. And we are saying that my light of the Torah, my neshama, was able to go into this world and bring fruit to this world, to the physical world. And what's happening is that that's what we're celebrating. On Chanukah, you're supposed to celebrate everything that you have been able to accomplish that made a difference into the physical world. how you use the physical world to bring a complete enhancement of yourself, or you have brought greater light into the world. Let's remember that the 7 correspond also to the 7 colors of the rainbow. Where do the 7 colors come from of the rainbow comes? They come from the light, the one white light. It goes to the prism, it becomes 7. Or interestingly, if you disconnect that it comes from one light and you just take the 7, what's the 7 colors of the rainbow represent today? Completely female. We can be all gay or lesbian, it's fine. Enjoy the body, the pleasure. Don't worry about being male or anything. It's just enjoy this world. Do whatever you want. Just do whatever you feel. Just where your body wants to go. No more directions. The direction is the light, is the Torah, is the head, is the 3 upper spheros who give direction to the 7 lower spheros, right? That's what the Jews are supposed to be, or lagoim, a light into the nation, a light into the 70 nations. 70 correspond to the 7 spherot of the body, the lower part of the body. We're supposed to give direction. Yosef was supposed to give direction to the brothers. Interestingly, in the Parshat Vayeshev, it's exactly where Yehuda, after selling Yosef, he says, Yared Yehuda, from his brothers, that Yehuda went down, as if to say, he realized that he made some kind of mistake, that actually accused him of his brothers, he could have prevented that. And it's as if he puts down his female power. You know, I was wrong. I went down. And what happens? He meets a prostitute. What's the story of Yehuda with a prostitute? I mean, where and what? But she was not a real prostitute. It was Tamar. But whom Tamar came Moshiach. Moshiach is number 8, which is the Meshicha. Moshiach is the shemen, the oil. It's so when the female power recognizes its mistake in not valuating the male power, it allowed the conception of Moshiach to take place between Tamar and Yehuda. That's why it's in the same parsha. Eventually, we see in the Haftarah of Vaigash that he says like that. Look at the Haftarah in Yechezkel. The word of Hashem came to me saying, you son of man, take yourself 1 wooden tablet and write upon it for Yehuda and the children of Israel, his comrade. Actually, it says a stick, etz. So for Yehuda, the children of Israel, his comrade, and take another wooden tree, and write upon it for Yosef, the wooden tablet of Ephraim, and all the children of Israel, his comrade, and bring close to yourself one to the other. It's like the branches of the menorah. The 6 branches represent Yehuda, and the middle one represents Yosef. Take those 2 branches and put them back together, one to the other, like a single wooden tablet. What does he make us think of? Oh, Etz HaChaim, Etz HaDaas, the 2 trees, the male tree and the female tree, the male power, female power, that got all mixed up. Now they can be one again, functioning properly. The Jewish people are uniting together, and there's peace. Finally, thanks to that. So what happens? That's what Yosef tells the brothers at the end. My brothers, you don't understand. I understand why this happened. Yes, you sold me. But at the end, it all pushed us to understand how we are supposed to work together. Right? Yosef was put in that situation because he lacked respect to his brother. Oh, you lack respect to the female. You think the female power is not so good? I'm going to send you in the middle of the wolves, 70 wolves in the middle of the 70 nations, for you to see what it is that you have to confront, what it is that the Yehuda and the brothers' work is. It's as if telling Yosef, you know, you're going to become a female now. You're gonna see how hard it is. It's like you're going to take for 22 years now. My husband, you're going to work in the kitchen, and you're going to take care of the kids, and you're going to change the diapers, and you know, and me, the woman, I'm going to be Yentel. I'm going to learn Torah, and you see, I'm going to come home, and you're going to see how much you have to do for when a man come, you know, for you to be able to learn Torah and to be holy. So we see that the whole idea here is we have those two parts, the male, female, the spiritual and the physical. And there was a class from my Rebbe before, Ray Weinberg was speaking about the Yetzer Hara, how really what's the Yetzer Hara is a drive that is misdirected. The drive is kind of the male power, and the direction, the 6 directions is like the female power to take that drive and bring it to the right direction, to make in the place that is holy and productive. So why do we sin? Why do we do a mistake? A chet, again, is an energy that is directed and misdirected. A chet is missing the target. It's the male missing the target. By the way, that's part of Kislev with the Sagittarius, which is the trying aiming at the target with the bow and arrow. With the bow and arrow, which is also has to do with female, whatever. It's all connected. But yes, so we have to direct ourselves and find the target, and that was the female power does. What's the woman? The woman is Gvura. The Gvura is the one that gives you certain boundaries and a place to build with direction to the Yetzer. So so why don't we? So why Weinberg say, why is it that we misdirect? Because we don't truly understand the root of our desire. We don't truly understand our identity, who we want to be, who we are. If you don't want to have a desire, you want to do a sin. So if you do that sin, you understand this is the type of person you're going to become. Is that who you are? Is that who you want to become? No, right? The male power is the quantum power. I can be anything. I'm a dreamer. I'm a Yosef. I can be this, I can be that, you know. Everything is possible. The female power is you cannot be everything. You have to learn to see what's unique about you, your own specific mission, your own specific quality. And that being able to do that is marrying the male and the female and being able to use one's whole energy to become the ultimate self, the realization of the self, of your mission in this world. So we need to work on really on knowing ourselves. Chanukah is a time when you look at yourself and say, what have I accomplished since Rosh Hashanah, since all my goals, since all my potential? It's very nice to be male. I want to do this, I want to do that. Okay, but what have you accomplished? Where is your female part? Have you married the two? Have you become someone who has changed the world? If you are here, if you have been here during those 2-3 months of Corona, have you made a change in the world? You know, there are people who need help. Are you here and bringing your light of Chesed, your male light, and are you making a difference to help others who need help? Have you made a difference in the world? If yes, Hallel, Chanukah, 8 days, you celebrate. That's Olam Haba, Or HaGanuz. You're connecting to the magnificent, the incredible thing that happens when men and women marry, right? When men and women marry, there's unity between spiritual and physical, something transcendental happen. Number 8, which is Limala Min HaTeva, something infinite. So what's the connection with the Kohanim? The Kohanim were the male, the Chesed in the Beis Hamikdash. Chesed represents the male, Gvura the female. So the Kohanim, what happened? They were, they Mamlechet Kohanim, Goy Kadosh. They are holy. They learn Beis Hamikdash and they teach and they do the korbanot and they do all the holy avoda. But they realized it's time for action. What did they do? They went to fight. They became active male, but they went out in the world to fight the negative female, the Greeks, the thing. They went out and they became active, proactive. They became like David HaMelech, one Tehillim in one hand and the sword in the other. The perfect balanced Jew, the 7-day Jew, the Shabbat, which is the harmony between physical and spiritual, male and female. I'm spiritual, I learn, but I'm involved in the world. I go to work and I also I am a Kiddush Hashem. That's why the whole thing of Chanukah is Beferhesia, with the Chanukiah going outside the door, right? Because we're here to show, to fight that mentality, that Greek mentality, that the spiritual is not something that is for this world. This world is just physical. And we're saying, no, the light of Chanukah, the spiritual, the source, has to be seen and revealed in this world, that this world, this female world, this world is the female, God is the male, this female world is directed by a male, by God, by an energy, by a spirituality, by a hashgacha. So the miracle and that's when the miracle of Chanukah happens. The oil represents the potential, the male, and the cup is the female. So we put the oil and in the cup, and then what comes? The light. That's the light of Or HaGanuz, number 8. So this is our challenge, in a way, not just a challenge. And the same thing with the body and soul, right? Again, we have to marry body and soul. Do your soul respect your body? Do your body respect your soul? Do you respect your feminine part, your emotional part, your body? Do you take care of your body? Self-care. And same thing, do you take care of your neshama? Do you bring your soul to shul, to pray, to learn, to daven? We need to have that balance. You have to love yourself, body and soul. Self-care for the body, self-care for the soul. So Chanukah is a celebration of that secret. Chanukah was the last of all the holy days. Guess what? There were 8 holy days. And therefore, Chanukah was the 8th holiday. And coincidence? I don't think so. As we see, everything is within numbers. Everything is consistent. So it is our power in Galus. We want to survive Galus. We want to survive the negative female, the danger of being trapped into a life of physicality, of superficiality. You have to make sure you attach everything you do in the physical world to Torah, to meaning, to holiness. Everything, even the most physical thing, can be elevated. That's the secret, if I can say so. So that's what we do on Chanukah. On Chanukah, we look at our accomplishment. Am I being balanced? Am I being male and female? Am I using what I know about being holy, about holiness, and being just and spiritual? Am I applying it in the physical world? When I'm eating, am I eating just to enjoy? I'm eating it for a higher purpose. When I'm going to work, I'm just working to make money, to, for my status, for my title, or I'm doing it because I'm here to serve God, to come closer to God. And we have to ask for everything we do, why am I doing this? Am I doing this just for the physical? Am I just being Greek? am I covering up the root of my energy, which is right covering the yesod, the male organ, or I'm revealing, really, I'm being circumcised, and I'm revealing that my true purpose, my true energy, my true drive is all here really to come close to God. And any physicality I have is for me to be able to transcend the physical, to transcend the spiritual, and to go to a higher level than ever before. That's really the beauty. That's the celebration. And we spent 8 days looking at those lights, understanding, seeing the beauty of fire, the you know, being grateful, singing Hallel. We look at it and we say, wow, this is what light is fire. You take olives and you crush it and you make a wick, and then something incredible that floats in the air almost is possible. The organus, the olam haba. It's all a practice to be able to use this word properly and be able to gain olam haba. I'm just mentioning one thing for the sake of remembering, maybe in the future, because that would be another class. But I truly believe that there's a whole connection between Chanukah and Yehoshua and Achan, who got punished for taking the spoils of a city, meaning that he went out of his way to take the physical, and the Jewish people could not go into Eretz Israel because of him. They were not ready for Eretz Israel. And interesting, he took a coat that was beautiful, just like Yosef, who had a special coat. And it says also that he had sexual relations with I forgot who, but someone married, and he was trying to grow back his foreskin, Achan. So we see that there's a whole connection between this and having Eretz Israel, bringing Moshiach, and all that is the fixing again of Yaakov and Esav trying to kill each other, which go back to Cain and Hevel, which go back to Adam and Eve, and between God and the Jewish people, and the God and earth. And I have to make sure not to forget that, is that again, Or LaGoim, we represent the light of Torah. We're supposed to influence the Goim. The Goim are not the enemy. If we're Or LaGoim, how are you going to be the enemy? The Goim are the menorah. We are the light of the menorah. We're here to help the whole world, all the nations, to recognize that the source of light that is seen through us is Hashem, the number 8. So we are, that's our mission in this world. And the Kohanim on Chanukah, they kind of revealed this mission. They showed that you don't need so much physical, you don't need the energy that comes in the physical, the energy that we have is all from Hashem. It's transcendental. And you can have a small army defeating a very big physical army, because it all depends on the source of the energy, which is God, which is represented by us having the Torah. Okay, I hope I didn't make you dizzy with all those thoughts and multifacets things. Any questions? No, it's so confusing that you don't even know what to say. It's the first time that I give a class like that, yeah, but it's you know, it had to be lemala in the past, from the past. It had to be great in the past, and go to the next level. So I hope that gives you food for thoughts, and the ability to you know, expand, because I didn't say half of what's possible to say here.
So just quickly to recap, Rabbi, if that's okay. So basically the whole point is to balance out the male and female energy. Is that what like the point of Chanukah is to remind you to do that?
Yes, meaning okay, when we male female is the spiritual and physical.
Got it. Yeah, no, that makes
Right,
sense.
right. And that's the.
So the physical is male and the spiritual is female. Is that what it is?
In this context, the spiritual is represented by the male,
Okay.
and the physical is represented by the female. But and by the way, at the end of time, what's happening at the end is that the power, the greatness of the body, the greatness of physical is going to be revealed. That's why there's a huge increase of the feminist movement. The female power is coming back. That's why until now we had the curse of Adam and Eve was that he's going to dominate you, so to speak. He's going to be more of the leader in the house. He's going to balabait. Although we know that there's no great man without a woman, right? She makes him king, but the obvious thing is that it's the man who is going to be leader. But it's only because there's something hidden in the physical, something hidden in the wife, and that's why the wife, for so long, she has the mitzvah of being tzniut. She's hiding her power. The physical is hiding its true power. But at the end of time, which is now, the whole female power, the whole physical power is going to show how much secrets it had in it. It has the ability to give life, to give birth to something much greater. And it's for men to realize how great their wife are, and that without the wife, they are literally nothing. We have such a big problem of marriage nowadays. One of the main tikkun, right, and is the perfect harmony between husband and wife. Let's remember that the Arizal says what it is that we are going to learn from Moshiach. We're going to learn how he behaves with his wife, what a true couple is, what a true male-female harmony, no competition, absolute recognition of the other one's greatness. That's what Moshiach is going to bring. That's what the mission, right? Yeah, you're one, but you're still yourself, right? A real couple is not you dilute yourself. That's why the oil and the water don't mix. You have the oil and water, you're still yourself, but you need both, so to speak, to bring light. Yeah, so on Chanukah, when you sing Hallel, make sure you celebrate everything that you accomplished, despite being in such a corona world, in such a physical world. That's what you accomplished. What did you accomplish this year? Right? What did you accomplish from your Rosh Hashanah, how do you say, bucket list, or, decisions, New Year commitment, and celebrate that, because it's not, don't give credit to your soul and give credit to your body, and celebrate for 8 days that you have made a difference in the world thanks to the power of the Torah. You're recognizing the root Torah, then you're able to really celebrating the fact that you could not have done it without Hashem helping you. You could not have done it without the Torah guiding you. And that's the celebration. So I hope you're going to celebrate. All right. Any questions, or we're good? I think we're good. It's already a lot. I also have to sleep on it to see, to sink in. I hope I won't be as confusing as in the future. But I think it gives you a lot of elements to think about with the whole story of Yosef and the brothers, and the problem of Ashkenaz Sephardi Kollel man versus non-Kollel man. It's on all levels in our society. The Kollel man has to respect the soldier has to respect the Kollel man, the man has to respect the woman, the man, the Ashkenaz, the Sephardi, the Ashkenaz, the spiritual, the physical, the spiritual. So if we have harmony and respect of each one's roles and greatness, then we're able to bring something miraculous, which is Moshiach. So guys, this Chanukah, I hope the light will be revealed and Moshiach will show up and say, Happy Chanukah! No more Corona, no more fight, no more evil. Let's do it. Let's dance in the Beis Hamikdash. All right. Thank you for listening, and may we all, sing Hallel together in the Beis Hamikdash.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach. Thank you.